Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today we are back on the Tahoe. We're going to be installing the new headlights and the new grille. You got to remove the grille to get to the headlights, so we're going to go ahead and do both. And here you have Thor sunbathing, Loki chasing some bees around. Loki, we don't want you to get stung. You might want to, but I don't want you to. So this is what we're working with. As you can tell, the headlights are very faded, and the grille is also pretty old too. There's a lot of this going on, a lot of flaking, and also it's busted pretty well throughout. Over here you can see we have one of the new headlights. This does have this new LED strip, which is going to be the DRL. It's going to have a really nice glow. I got these because they actually match pretty well with the tail lights. Let me show you if I line them up together. Thor moved again. So they do have a similar style and they look really good, so I kind of want to keep that theme going around the vehicle. Then up here in the attic we have the grille just hanging out so it doesn't get damaged or anything. You can see that really nice flake in there. So I'm really excited to get this on. First things first, let's get the old one off. This is the easy part. So there are just 4 screws right here to get this turn signal out. We do have to remove the grille after that, and then after that's the headlights. But the headlights, I believe, are just bolted down. Most intensive things are just gonna be the grille, but it's really just a few screws. But honestly, most of them are probably busted off already here. A couple tabs at the bottom, so it should be pretty straightforward. So this grille's in a little worse condition than I thought. They actually rigged up these little things of wire to hold it in position, which makes sense, but thankfully we won't have to use these whenever we put the new grille on. So got everything off. It was actually a lot easier than I thought. Got the turn signals, the grille, the corner lights, and the headlights. Kind of wish most vehicles were still like this. It'd be really easy to work on. But nonetheless, only thing I really need to do now is add the corner lights to the new grille, just because that's gonna be something that stays in position. And then we can go to the headlights and just kind of work in reverse. So there's a new headlight right here. Basically the center section is the reflectors, and then you can kind of see the top and the bottom. Those are blacked out, so it does have a little bit more of a sleek look. Also has this DRL around the border, and these are basically just the wires for that. So the goal is basically going to be to basically route the wires so they're coming up and they're out of the way, they're not actually interfering with anything. So we can just mount them normally and basically adjust the wires after the fact. But these compared to stock, I don't think I really need to say anything. I'm pretty sure you can already tell. So we have the headlight housings set. Looks like they line up really well, so that's definitely good. And I can secure them a little bit more now because I only put the 2 on the top just to make sure that everything was good. And then as you can see right here, I was able to get this wiring for the DRL through. This is for the passenger side. Then over here you have for the driver's side. It does have this double-sided tape on the bottom of it, so once you get everything positioned, you can actually just secure it and you won't have to mess with much. But we do still have to mount the corner lights onto the grille, and then we can put it in position. So if you're gonna get this set yourself, one thing of note is it doesn't actually come with any hardware to mount these corner lights, or these are just the reflectors. The bottom ones are the corner lights. But basically I had to get the old pieces, the old little washers from this one to tighten everything down. So just a heads up on that. You're definitely gonna wanna save these if you can. So we have all of them on and they have a nice finish. They blend really well with the paint on the grille. Don't want to take this paper off up until we actually have this on the truck, just so we don't have to worry about scratching anything or damaging anything. And once we get that, we can basically work with these and put these in position as well. It's a little speed bump, so we do still have these on here, and these aren't really going to allow for the grille to tuck into position properly without damaging it. So I'm going to have to remove the bumper to get these off, and then we can put the grille back on and reassemble from there. Took a little food break, but we're back, and the bumper is also off the vehicle thanks to some help from my dad. Now we're actually going to keep it off because we're waiting for a new bumper to come, and this new one is going to be in primered steel. So the goal is going to be to color match it, because I think a black grille color match bumper is going to look really good. I know most people usually go for color match both or black both. I think this will be a little bit different, look pretty good. Also, it took way more effort to remove the bumper, especially with all the brackets from the grille guard, than it did to do basically all of this. We didn't have to worry about that. I probably would have been done hours ago. So we have the grille in position and the corner lights plugged in. Still need to secure it, but it's not gonna move from there. And we have the turn signal housings right here. So what I'm needing to do first is I need to route this wire. And all I really think I need to do is just kind of get it in this little corner right here. There's this little crevice and it goes all the way to the bottom. Because if I can get it up here, then this other wire is right here as well. So having them both kind of come up to the same area would be really beneficial. And then I can do the same thing to the other side. All right, so we're almost done. We have the corner lights in, the headlights are already in position because it's kind of where they stay. We have the wires up here. All that's left to do are the turn signals and then the bumper, but that's gonna be a different day. Now, you do have to reuse the original pieces because if you notice, you have the hole for the screw, but right there, it's just a straight opening. It's just allowed by these little tabs. You just squeeze them through and they come out pretty easily, but it is something you do have to account for. So it took some effort, but here's everything put together. It wasn't really difficult in the grand scheme of things. I guess my main thing was I was just trying to line everything up as best as I could. I wanted all the lines with the DRLs to kind of flow together, and I think I did a pretty good job of that because you're basically having to massage all the little light components together with the corner lights, the turn signals. Still have all the wires for the DRLs that we got to mess with, but I think for now we'll call it a day because we've actually done a lot of progress, as you can tell, I'm sure, by the mess that's around here. We'll get the bumper here hopefully soon enough, and we are back. So the front end's looking really, really good. Definitely happy with how the grille and the headlights are coming out. Now the bumper, I do want to color match, but there are other aspects of the vehicle I do want to get painted. So instead of actually just painting one piece at a time, might as well just install the bumper as is and get everything painted together. It'll be a little bit more fluid and we'll be able to have this vehicle looking a little bit more complete than it is. The bumper is on. It does need to be massaged a little bit to be 100%, but it is going to come off for paint, so I'm not really too worried about it right now. It's secure and it won't fall off or anything. You do need to remove the grille because this piece right here is actually what hides the bolts that you basically secure the bumper on with. The grille, I didn't put it on entirely. I basically just wanted to mock it back up because we're going to be doing something to the headlights, which is going to be really, really cool, but just want to get you guys a little bit of perspective of what it's looking like right now. So we upgraded the projector housing, but now we're going to upgrade the projector bulb itself. Got this package from LASFIT Auto Lighting, and we're basically going to be replacing the projector. So this light on the right side, the one on the left is actually the high beam. Pulling it out of the box. Definitely really like this color scheme, especially if you look at the Corvette. So definitely like this packaging because the lid just slides off just like that. You have a little product manual, then you have some decals finally, because you know, different things that I order, I really just want some decals just so I can, you know, I can show people what's specifically on the vehicle. And then you have your actual lights. They look pretty heavy duty. They definitely feel solid. So let's go ahead and get these on the vehicle. So it is still daytime, but I did adjust the settings so we could focus on the light. And you can see it's a very clean white light and it's very bright, whereas the other one's yellow and pretty dull. And then one of the more notable things is that you can actually see a good bit of the housing itself in the left side. You can see, you know, the reflections and whatnot, whereas this one on the right side, the bright one, it's a little too bright to actually be able to tell the specifics of it, which just goes to show you how bright it is compared to this one. So you guys already saw basically how to get to this point. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna undo your light, and there it is. You have this little tab right here that's basically holding it in position. You can just pop these up and you can wiggle it out. And that's how you get it out. Super, super simple. So there's the original bulb. We're gonna go ahead and grab this one. Now from here, all you're gonna do is basically just tuck it down here in this little opening, and it's entirely plug and play. So you're just gonna get the factory connector, plug it onto this. It has the same little hook as well, and that's it. Literally takes 2 minutes. Granted, what's gonna take time is getting everything off to get to this point, but from here you can just bolt it back on and you're done. So we got everything wired up, and I think we're gonna call it here. So while I was out of town, my dad actually took it upon himself to do up all the wiring, which, as you guys know, he's basically the genius when it comes to wiring. He's the guy that did the dash that lights up, and basically did this by running it to a fuse tap. He basically did the same thing with these. So what he did is basically there's 8 wires, there's 2 coming from each housing. Then he just connected these on this side, those on that side, and ran them to a fuse tap under the hood. And he even took it a step further. And as you can see here, he basically wrapped all the wire in wire cover. And they all go to the fuse box right here. And it definitely looks really, really good. So we now have the new headlight housings, the new headlight bulbs. As you can see in there, they're very, very bright. I'm gonna throw in these clips so you can see them actually whenever I'm driving. So I'm starting off with the high beams, which are the old bulbs, and the new ones are the running lights, and you can see the switch right here. Definitely a lot brighter, much more of a clean light, and go wider. And just comparing them to these high beams, you can actually see that they actually give off more light regardless, so definitely big upgrade. Now, should definitely add LEDs to the rest of the vehicle, just kind of get everything to have that nice, really bright look. But yeah, definitely a big upgrade, and you get a lot more light output, so really happy about that. We got the new grille. I am gonna be just like painting the original piece black just to put it in there. And then the new bumper, but the bumper, as you can see, it's a little misaligned, nothing crazy, but again, there's still some body work to be done, so it'll be taken care of there. But overall, this thing's looking really, really good. There's still a lot of work to do on this vehicle specifically. It's not done by any means. And I just wanted to throw in this clip to show you guys what it looks like at night. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next one.